Hi, Dyslexic Genius here, Brett Hurt. My phone number is 864-236-1680. That's my home number. If you call me, leave me a message. I'm back on the B-80 turntable. First I'm going to discuss, I ground down all the rust on the turntable, both sides, and I painted it with my Rust-Oleum anti-rust paint. This stuff's great. It'll stop the rust once you clean it out. The other thing about the machine is Edison did a wonderful thing. They put an oil hole in here. And why do they put an oil hole in here? Because on every turntable I've discussed, you can just pop it off and you can oil your spindle shaft. Not on this, because there's a pulley mounted to here. The other problem is, this is a 12-inch turntable. And the felts you find on eBay that you can buy are 11 inches. So we have a little gap here. You want it to the edge. So I'm going to have to cut a bigger hole in a regular sheet of felt and then mount it on here. I have a video on that. But I have to have room in the hole to clear the oil hole here, which is very, very important. The other thing I did on the casting, if you can see on camera, you can see drill marks in where the spindle shaft goes into this casting. And that causes a drag on the spindle shaft when it turns. It won't turn freely. So I used my brake hone tool and I ran it in through here. I also ran it here for the bearing. And this is a regular bearing like an Edison phonograph, which holds the 1.185 diameter ball bearing, which is like 3/16 or something. You have to measure yours. When you do these, when you put this in, you want it to slide smoothly in. You don't want to have to push it hard because there's probably a burr on something. So you want to ream this out and then clean these up. This is really simple, but sometimes it gets really complicated. And the last point about your bearing that goes on the end of the spindle shaft right here. When you put this in, you don't want to feel any movement back and forth here. It should slide in. You can have a really, really minute piece of gap, but you don't want it wiggling back and forth. That means that this bearing's shot or this piece is bad, and you're going to have somebody make you a new one of these. That slot is for the pulley, because the pulley mounts right here. And this is why you can't pull your turntable off like all the other phonographs. The pulley rides right here. See that my fingers like that. This is a little complicated on this Edison B-80 on the turntable because it's separate from the motor. But this is a lot of fun, and that's my tip for the day.